Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks, I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. In fact, I can't thank you enough. But the only word I have is may God bless you. Amen. Today I want us to talk about the vital things you consider first before going into relationship. Yeah, the way relationships are crushing these days, I don't really understand. I don't really understand if it's the same relationship our parents went into that we are going into today, or is it because we is it because we really don't know what we want or what? I don't really get it. But the way relationships are clashing these days is so heartbreaking. Now, I want us to discuss some of the reasons, some of the things you should consider first before going into relationship. Some of the vital things we should consider first before going into relationship. One of them are knowing what you want from what you actually need. Yeah, it's okay to wish to get married to a tall girl or boy, fair, dark, handsome, intelligent, that one, that has money, that is comfortable, that physical appearance. Yes, it's very okay to get married to somebody with good physical appearance, for somebody with the swag, somebody with the sauce. But please, why doing this? It's very necessary also to remember to check very well about the person's character, because you are living with the character. Yes, you will definitely after marriage live with the person's character. That is what will determine if you're going to be happy in the marriage or sad. And most of us take this thing for granted. We actually go for the physical appearance and forget to go for the inner quality. Yes, because if physical appearance is what matters, I wonder why most women that get married to husbands that are very handsome are complaining today. If money is all that matters, I wonder why there is divorce in rich homes. So you find out that caring, lovely, forgiving, as in there's some characteristics, some characters that somebody ought to exhibit before you go into marriage, everlasting relationship with the person. Not just the physical appearance. We should stop going for the physical appearance, but go for the inner appearance, for the inner beauty, for the character, because that is what we are going to live with. So always differentiate between what you want and what you need. And number 2 is tolerance. Most spouses today no longer tolerate each other. We no longer tolerate each other excesses, forgetting that God created nobody perfect. Nobody is perfect. Everybody has their own. You have your own. Your spouse have her own. Yes, everybody has their own. Your ability to tolerate the person's excesses also contributes in building the home. Learn how to tolerate one another. Even your child that you give birth to, you know how to tolerate him. Your mother, your father, you know how. So why can't you just tolerate your spouse instead of hating the person because of that weakness? That place that your spouse is weak, that is the place you're supposed to be strong for him or her. Not you always, maybe every time you are nagging because of that particular issue. You correct the person with love, you tolerate. And when you don't tolerate, disrespect and so many things comes into the marriage. And you find out that from there, your spouse has started going out looking for happiness somewhere. Or we just need to learn how to tolerate our excesses. Nobody is perfect. You might say, I'm perfect. Now, so my husband, they offend me. Now, so my wife, they offend me. But sit down and just think about yourself. You find out that it's not easy to get married to you. Yes, it's not easy for your wife, it's not easy for you. Both of you are managing yourselves. Nobody is perfect. And number 3 is forgiveness. Even God forgive us uncountable time. If your creator that created you can forgive you, if the son Jesus that sent his only son to come and die on the cross for you, for your sin, and yet you still sin, and he's always there to forgive you, what is so difficult for you to forgive your fellow woman? Yes, it's very, very difficult. But when you form the habit to forgive, especially forgiving in advance, letting things go, you find out that your home will be sweet, because you won't have any grudges inside you, because you have forgiven. You still forgive, but you watch attentively. Yes, so you just need to forgive in advance, because once, even while living with your parents and your siblings, fuck up must come. It depends how you handle the fuck up. That is what matters. How do you handle it? Do you have unforgiving spirit towards your spouse? And unforgiving, if you don't forgive your spouse, it leads to hatred. And from hatred, nothing that your spouse does that will even make you happy. You feel irritated by everything that the spouse do. So learn how to forgive. Even just inside you, just believe, even if my spouse cheats, God, give me the grace to forgive. Even if my spouse does this, God, give me the grace to forgive. We find out that when you are forgiven in advance, even before the event, so when the thing takes place, you won't even find it difficult to forgive. Don't avoid strong hearts. Avoid unforgiving spirit in your marriage. The same way that if your children do something that you don't like, no matter how big it is, how dangerous, you still forgive the child because you love the child. Always forgive your husband. Always forgive your wife. It helps. It helps you. It helps your spouse. Because when you are happy within you, when you forgive, you're happy within you. And when you forgive your spouse, there is happiness in marriage. But if you don't forgive, you mess things up. There is no happiness, because you actually be looking for how you are going to retaliate. Please avoid unforgiving spirits. Number 4 is sharing. Number 4 is sharing. Sharing, they say, is caring. Yes, sharing, they say, is love. Sharing, they say, goes a very long way. Be open to share things with your spouse. Be open to share. Don't be stingy and say, because he no give me own, I no go give him my own. Be open. Don't say, this thing that I have is for me and me alone. It's not for me and anybody. If you have the money and your husband is in need of it, why don't you bring it out? Both of you are partners, and since both of you are partners, both of you are there to help each other. Don't take any advice that tells you that because the man is the head of the family, every responsibility lies in his shoulder. Some women even go as far as bringing their own family responsibility for the man to carry on top his own family responsibility. It's not his duty. It's not his duty to fund for your family. Yes, it's just willingly, if he wish to. You as a woman, if your husband is having financial challenge, and as of that moment you are buoyant enough to help out, why will you say this one is my money, this one is not your money? Help your husband out. It makes you to even have self-respect. It makes you to even gain more ground. It makes you to even be bold enough for anything at all. Always be supportive to your spouse. It helps a lot. Always share ideas. When that man need that idea, if you even lack idea, if you even lack advice concerning that at that moment, go, thank God social media, Google is there. Go browse it, look for solutions. You just say, hey my dear, let's try this. This might work out. Help. It's not just money that you can help with. You can help with ideas. You can help with, share anything that you know that you have. Share with your spouse, share with your wife, share with your husband. Always share. And don't forget to always let things go too. Not everything you specialize on it, we must quarrel put though. If we no quarrel put for this, we no go settle the issue. Not be everything that they quarrel put. Some things you just let them go for peace to reign. Let some things go. Quarrel no help anybody. Malice no help anybody. If you go carry third party for your marriage, it will even, the third party might even, maybe even suffer past you. Maybe the person is even suffering more in his or her marriage more than you. But the person will also want you to suffer the same thing you're suffering, and then the person will not give you advice that will make you to be more angry and develop more hatred for your spouse. You understand? So you have to let go so many things. It's not everything you look for somebody to complain to. Some things, let it go, let it slide. Some things you just need to dialogue and let it go. You find out that so many things that are spoiling marriage, that are breaking, that is crushing marriage today, they are not even meaningful something. It's just noises that don't even, that couldn't even break common how will I even friendship that is ending up today, breaking marriage. If you go to somebody that is divorced and you want, and you are still married, and you want, what do you want? The person will want you to be like him or her. So what am I trying to say in essence is that before going into marriage, or even if you are into it already and you are finding some things difficult, sit down, ask yourself, what is the main reason why I fell into this relationship? Why did I even accept it at the first instance? Then maybe you have made the mistake. Then what will you do?